Well, hi everyone, and welcome again to Cooking with me, Oliver. So the days are getting colder and autumn is finishing soon. So what better time to eat some soup and some stew? In New Zealand, everyone loves eating stew as the days get colder, especially using all the delicious vegetables that we get from our garden. So today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious chicken stew and a special simple bread. So let's get into it. So today's vegetables, we will use a carrot, 2 potatoes, 2 sticks of celery, and an onion. So this is the amount that I would have, but feel free to change more or less depending on how much you want to eat. So that's one person. For the carrot, we want to cut this off and this off, and then you can slice lengthways like this, and then from there cut into bite-sized pieces like this. For the potatoes, cut in half and in half, and then each piece in half. So next we will cut celery, and the celery just needs to go once more into bite-sized pieces. And finally, for the onion, in half, then cut slices like this, and then into small pieces, and the same with this. So once the vegetables are cut and prepared, it's time to prepare the chicken. So like the vegetables, we want to cut the chicken into bite-sized pieces. And of course, don't forget to season with salt and pepper. Before we start cooking, you can use a pot like this, or you can use a frying pan. What I do is I cook in the frying pan first, and then I transfer to a slow cooker, and I cook it for a long time. But if you don't have a slow cooker, you can do everything, all the steps in one pot, and that's no problem. So let's begin. I recommend putting a small bit of flour onto your chicken. Just enough to cover it a little bit. Okay, let's put a small amount of olive oil into a pan. Once your pan is warm, let's put the onions in. And brown them a little bit. Once those onions are a little bit brown, put your chicken in. And once there's a little bit of brown on the chicken, then you can add your vegetables. And mix well. If you are using a pot, you can just leave it in there. But if, like me, you're using a slow cooker, then when everything has cooked for about 2 minutes, you can put it into the slow cooker. The next step is to take 1 block of chicken stock. So this is chicken consomme. You need to place that into your pot or slow cooker and add a small amount of water to cover your vegetables and meat. And then if you have a slow cooker, put on low for about 3 hours. And if you have a pot, cook on low flame for about 2 hours. Well, with our stew in New Zealand, we often enjoy scones or bread. So today I will teach you a very easy recipe for bread. You're going to need 3 cups of flour. So in New Zealand, cups are a little bigger. So this is 1,500 mils of flour. Then you will need 3 teaspoons of baking soda. After that, you will need 1 teaspoon of salt. And finally, 375 mils of beer. So any beer is okay. I used very cheap beer here, but you can use whatever you like. So to make the bread, you simply add all these ingredients together. So let's start. And then mix well. Once that's mixed well, simply pour into a container. This is a cake container, but you can use any container you wish. And once it's in here, you just need to put in an oven and bake at 180 degrees for 40 minutes. So how was that? I hope you followed along. Here is the finished product, and here is the finished bread. So, let's eat.